Nick, a lot of pressure in the last two games on the pocket. What's been a difference by design? What's been happening there?
I think it's just a collective, a group of guys, in that room. We got a tight-knit group. Got great coaches in Coach Dunbar, Coach Denzel Martin, great leaders, TJ, Alex, and Cam. And like I said, man, like it takes some time to mesh, come together, but I think that we're all starting to figure each other out and playing off each other and playing with a lot of energy out there together, and it's great to see all that come to fruition.
From a one-game perspective, they came in with the #1 ranked rush defense in football. How much pride do you guys take in the job that you guys did against their run today?
Yeah, I mean, it's AFC North football, man. It's tough nose, smash mouth, old school football. And the goal was to go out there and be the better defense today.
What's it like for you guys when you do that and not only you don't allow a touchdown?
I mean, that's just, credit to the coaches, the players, everybody just doing their job. Still let up too much points, too much yards. Not satisfied with what we did out there. It can be a lot better. And I'm excited to get back to work.
Go ahead, Aubrey.
After 45 years I've been covering you guys, I've never seen a defense introduced with 12 people, 12 men. So that honor is probably living on your shoulders. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I wasn't expecting that at all. DY and Mike T told me before the game, and I just wear that with great pride and honor because I know all the great legendary players that have come through these buildings and walked the same halls as me, and just the fact that they have that belief in me, that respect for me, to allow me to run out of the tunnel with all the guys. I'm truly blessed.
Nick, what does Ramsey mean to your defense?
Oh, that guy's a dog. And I grew up watching him when he was at Florida State. So he's been doing it since I've been watching football, and just seeing that in person, seeing how he goes about his business day in and day out, on and off the field. That guy's a true professional, true vet. He's a leader, inspiration to a lot of guys, and he's great for us.
Mike told us on Tuesday he thought that Gabriel was quite good at processing opponents' defenses. Did he express that message to you guys, and if so, how do you think you countered that on the field today?
Yeah, we knew that he was going to get the ball out quick. It's all over his film. Good at processing plays, making a good read. So we just have to go out there with a good game plan.
Did you want to start running the other way too fast on that one possible pick?
Yeah, my eyes got a little too big. Got to make that play.
After the Dublin game, a couple of you guys in the locker room kind of just talked about how, you really liked the performance that you had, but you needed to show more consistency. Do you feel like you showed that today?
I mean, I think when you stack back-to-back wins, in general, that's great for the team. Not just us as a defense, but a team as a whole. There's obviously still a lot we can learn from and work on. Like I said, looking forward to getting back in the building and getting to work on a short week.
How do you think the rotation worked out today with all you guys healthy for the first time outside line?
Oh, it's great. We know what we're capable of, the three of us. Like Coach Martin said, the Full Metal Clip or whatever he said. It's just awesome to be out there with those two guys, man. They're dogs, super professional guys. They take care of business on and off the field, and just being able to share the field with them. Even Cam too, like that. That's awesome, man. Like that's something I'm gonna look back someday and be really blessed and grateful for.
Nick, these last two games, is that what you've expected from this defense, the way you guys have played?
I mean, not really. Like everybody in the locker room knows what we're capable of. And I still feel like we haven't played up to our potential yet. Like we're just scratching the surface. So once we're firing on all cylinders, I'm excited for that.
Playing two AFC North rivals within a few days, could that be daunting physically as well as mentally?
Wouldn't want it any other way.
Good. Thanks, guys.
Those 10-plus runs, how much do they help with what you do, and how's it in any offensive pass game?
Yeah, I mean, I said last week, we need to see some more one-high stuff to take some shots down the field, and you got to run the football to do that. So I feel like the line controlled the line of scrimmage today pretty well, and I thought Jalen ran the ball really well. And Kenny always does well in the run and pass game, but Jalen, he's slippery in there, man. I thought he had some really nice runs.
Eric, can you take us through that touchdown to Hayward? And did you kind of motion to him to go the other way? Is that what happened on that play?
Yeah, it was just a keeper to the right. Jalen had a great block. I think it was Jalen. He cut the guy, and I just kind of continued out. First look is in the flat. Second's kind of the DK on the backside. And Connor's really kind of a clear out route. Though we had a similar play against the Jets in week 1 to Calvin for a touchdown. Different formation, kind of different thing we're doing. So I just got out there. Connor's a really smart player, and I just was kind of like, either you or DK, one of you guys see this and go that way. And Connor did, and I, put a decent ball on, and he made a nice catch.
The 225-yarders that you had DK on, what did you like pre-snap from those, if anything, or those something plays that manifested in the pocket for you?
We had one-on-one on the first conversion. He had a quick out conversion. He did a nice job with his late hands. I think the other one was just a quick out that, I thankfully put in a good spot. DB kind of tried to break on it, and DK made a play. The other, his third catch was on the shallow cross after I threw a bad one on the inside go. His fourth catch was a nice little slant and go he ran.
How do you describe your first taste of true AFC North football, and especially getting a win on that too?
Well, I think division games in the NFL are always different. Anything can happen. Been in a North division for 18 years of my career, 15 as a starter, so I know what those games are all about. Anything can happen. Definitely seems those games are always a little more physical than the other ones. I felt like it was a physical game. I think our defense was really getting after it. I was joking with PQ. Felt like he was trying to knock himself out there. He was drilling people. There was a lot of big hits on both sides of the ball. But any time you play in division games, really in the NFL in general, you take care of the football and you win the line of scrimmage, you're going to win a lot of those games. So I thought we did that today.
No sacks today. Rodgers got a lot of questions from this week about how you're going to handle 95. It seems like he got some help sometimes, but he also kind of handled his business on his own. What have you seen specifically maybe from him in terms of his growth these first 5 weeks of the season?
Well, I think he took, hopefully he wasn't reading it, but I feel like probably there's some negative, based on the questions I was getting, I think week 3, some negative thoughts out there about how he was playing. I got a lot of confidence in him. I really enjoy his energy. Sometimes I try and kick him in the ass a little bit in practice to, get going, but I like his positivity, and I like, he's always like the first one to come celebrate with me on the field. I appreciate that, and I appreciate, him rising to the challenge this week. Obviously, you're playing a generational type player like that. There's not going to be a ton of one-on-ones. We're going to, throw different things at him. I thought we did a good job with tight ends, various body types, and running backs out there trying to chip him, just to kind of slow him down. But when he had singles, I felt like Broad, I got to look at the film, but it seems like he played pretty well.
You guys have been seeing a lot of too high coverages coming into this game. Just how did you try to take advantage when they did go to that super high coverage?
Throw it to DK. Yeah. Go ahead.
What were the keys going up against a tough Cleveland defense? You put up 23 points, and you probably could have had more.
Yeah, just patience. If you look at the film and the opponents and the way the games went, they have a great defense. And they played tough in all those games. The Detroit game got away from because of some turnovers. But I thought Dylan, took care of the football. We had some chances to pick the ball off and didn't. For the most part, that's a really good defense that's going to stand up most of the game. We just had to make the most of, a short field on one of them, and then a couple of really nice sustained drives in the second half. We were better on third down than we had been previous weeks. We converted some third and longer ones. I think we're around 50% for the day. I'm not sure if the kneel downs took us under that, but it seems like we're right around 50%, which was good. First half drives stalled, but thankfully Boz, took care of those kicks before the field got borderline unplayable. So that was nice to get those touchdowns in the second half.
Aaron, what do you like in what you're seeing from the offense and how it's evolving here each week?
What's the second part?
The offense. What do you like about the offense and how it's evolving each week this season?
Well, I think we're playing pretty smart football. I think Art, got us into a good rhythm today. And when we take care of the football and don't turn it over, we're going to have a chance in any game. And then if we can control the line of scrimmage, we're really going to be playing downhill. I thought the key to the last 2 games has been first and second down. When we're efficient on those drives, we usually score points. When we're not, there's been some 3 and outs. So I like what we've done with Spence. I like obviously what we've done with Darnell. You know, seems like the more playing time he's out there, big things happen. The first play of the game, you know, I know he got the ball punched out, but he's a super talented guy for 6'8", and whatever he tips his scales at. I love having Darnell out there, just his energy, his presence, his body. He's made a big difference for us.
You mentioned the field there. Was it rough going pregame? Could you tell it was going to be rough pregame, or did it kind
I couldn't tell pregame. No, I just felt like it got real beat up. By the time the third quarter rolled around, that thing was really beat up. So I feel bad about what happened to Miles. I'm not sure if, you know, if there was any carry there. I know the field gets a lot of play. I don't know why anybody wouldn't wear 7 studs. You know, cleats. Some guys are opposed to that. They just want to wear moldeds. But it reminds me a little bit of the field in Green Bay in the early years, but not until like November or early December, where it'd get kind of torn up a little bit. Then they went out. They found an incredible, you know, field maintenance guy that come over and help our guys out. And the field in Green Bay is absolutely immaculate. But the field today got pretty torn up.
2 more.
Aaron, during the week we asked you about momentum, and you said it's not about, you know, coming out of the body. You said it's more about the way you practice, the way good teams practice. I see evidence of us. Did you see that evidence on the field today? Do you get the sense? Do you feel fairly confident at this point that you guys are trending in the direction of being a good team and a factor in the AFC?
Well, that's where we want to be, and we're putting ourselves in a position, right, to start entering the conversation. But a lot can happen. There's a lot of time between now and December football. December football is when you want to be playing your best, but you also want to be healthy. And, you know, we got some guys back today. I thought Joey played really well. Getting Alex Highsmith back was great. You know, when you can throw Highsmith and Herbig and TJ at you, that's pretty tough for any offensive line. And, you know, I think Deshaun's, you know, him coming back on the back end has been a big deal for us. And, you know, you go out and get guys like Darius Slay and Jalen Ramsey. I do want to make a point and talk about Ramsey, because what he did this week getting ready to play, I've been around the game a long time, and I've seen a lot of guys in a situation where you got a Sunday, Thursday, skip both games, where maybe they're 80%, 85%, but they want to be 100%, because I think there's a fear of failure almost that can paralyze them, where if I don't play my best game, then what does that say about me if I'm not 100%? I think some guys are scared to go out there and play. But for Jalen to go out there with everything he's accomplished in this league, I just can't say enough about the level of respect I have for him. Then he had, 2 sacks and pass breakups and tackles. And if there was any question about the type of person that he is, take away the incredible player, but person and teammate, I think he just showed all of us the kind of guy that he is by going out there and playing today.
Aaron, you guys saw some single high today, and were able to get the downfield passing attack going. How did the run game kind of open that up, forcing teams out of 2 high and you starting to get that downfield passing attack working?
Well, teams want to play 2 high and rush with their front 4, but I think Art's done a nice job the last few weeks of mixing the personnel groupings a lot, and some with Spence out there as an extra offensive tackle, and it puts some stress on the defense. If you would just want to play 2 high, because now we got some extra poundage there on the same side, especially when him and Darnell on the same formation alignment side. So I think Art did a good job of keeping them off balance, and we started it today with an action keeper. They blew wide open, but Art's done a good job with the formations. And we throw a lot of things at him. Obviously, we're trying to keep DK out there as much, but we can do some Big 11 stuff and let Ben do some things. We can get our our fast guys in there with Scotty and Roman and Cal when he comes back, or we can go big and play 3 or 4 tight ends at the time, and sometimes have Spence be that tight end. So a lot of credit goes to Art, Fredo getting those boys ready, and then I think Pat and Ike have done such a good job with the offensive line. They're a really smart group, one of the smartest groups I've been around, but they controlled the line of scrimmage today.
All right, thank you. We have DK coming in right now. All right, fire away.
DK, what do you like about the way the offense is evolving here as each week you go?
We keep finding different ways to win, and the defense keeps keeping us in games whenever we, lull through the first half like we did today. So I think we're just playing complementary ball on both ends.
DK, what's key to the timing on those routes that you're having success with Aaron right now?
I think it's just the timing during practice and, us talking about the different DBs that we're going to go against throughout the week and making sure we're both on the same page with how they play me, either press coverage, soft shoe, or if they hard jam, if they two-hand jam or one-hand jam, and just all those details about, the DBs.
The 225-yarders that you had when you got to the line in both cases, did you feel like those were opportunities that were going to cash in? Did you think you had a chance of those two?
Yes, sir. Especially when 8's in the gun, especially throwing the football. I always think I got a chance, especially with the way our O-line is playing. They're definitely giving them time back there to find the open guy downfield.
DK, with some of the personnel groupings you guys are using, you're able to start seeing single high, which allows you to get the downfield attack going. How has that kind of opened things up for you, not just in the yards after catch game, but also catching those deep balls on those fade routes and the 9 routes?
I think it's pretty much the run game opening up, all those middle of the field throws or on the outside throws because they got to stack the box to try to stop the run. Like I said, I keep giving praise to our O-line for either pass blocking or run blocking because they go against some heavy hitters week in and week out, and they're holding their own every week.
What did you see click with that group, especially in the third quarter? You had several 9, 10, 11-yard runs, and that seemed to open up more of those play-action passes that came together for you guys.
I think it's just wearing the defenses down, whether they're handling the 4-down linemen, then pushing up to the second level, getting hands on linebackers to where we got strong running backs in Kenny G, Caleb, and Jalen Warren who can break tackles from 1, 2, 3 guys when they want to. So just kudos to our running backs and our O-line.
How exciting is it for you as a vet to see a line with 3 second-year guys and a third-year guy playing this well against a team that was the #1 run defense going into this game?
It's no surprise because I see them and the way that they work and handle their business throughout the course of a week. They're always hanging around each other, always joking. I always see them in the weight room early in the morning, and they're serious about their work when we strap up and hit the field. So I commend them for that.
How do you describe your first true taste of AFC North football?
It was football at the end of the day. They couldn't beat us today, so we got another one Thursday, and hoping to do the same thing.
Darnell was another guy who had a big game. I would say, at what point in the game did you know he was going to be heavily involved? But it was the first play, so I'll say, what point in the week did you know that he was going to be a big part of this one?
Yeah, Mike T, teed us up for Darnell to have a big game today. He kept, putting up Myles Garrett or, other D linemen saying that he had the opportunity to block those guys, and when he got in space, he's a very big, unmovable object whenever he has the ball. So just put the ball in his hands and let him do the rest.
I'm guessing you're not used to lining up at fullback like you did today?
You said what?
I'm guessing you're not used to lining up at fullback like you did today?
Why you say that? My stance wasn't good enough? I thought it was good personally, but yeah, that was my first time being back there. The view was a little wicked, but I like being outside the numbers.
What kind of problem does Jalen Ramsey present for opposing offenses? Like, what kind of impact do you see him making on a game?
Yes, sir. With the way that he blitzes, you never know when he's going to blitz. And then his disguises, he's a very cerebral player on defense to where he studies the game and loves the game of football to where he knows how to, disguise a blitz and, play man coverage or play zone coverage. And, the whole defense is like that, not just Jalen. We got dogs everywhere on the field. So I think that's a big plus for us, especially going against them during the week. We make sure we get good work on both ends.
What kind of energy does Jalen give you guys when you see him flying in there and having those 2 sacks?
He gives us energy. Herbig, TJ, Cam, PQ. I can go down the list of guys. I think this whole team is just very close-knit with how we play for each other. And, Mike T tees that up every week at the start of the week that, we're a team and, one band, one sound. And when we go out there on the field, they got to play all 11 of us every play.
DK, this is the first time that you're playing with Aaron Rodgers. Is there anything that you can say that has surprised you by playing with him?
No, sir, because I don't go into a relationship or a teammate go one-on-one with a person expecting for them to act a certain way. I let them show me everything that they want to show me or talk to me how they want to talk to me, and then I'll be the judge of that from the rest. And what I've seen and heard from him is he loves the game of football, loves loves hanging out, loves the people who are playing for him, and works hard. And I can respect a guy like that, especially with the work that he's put in. Since I was 3, I want to say, in the league. So he's done this for a long time at a high clip, and just happy he's throwing me the ball.
When a team brings in a corner midweek like they did with Campbell, I mean, was that kind of a strategy for you guys? Like, let's kind of go at him and see if he's ready yet in this scheme and everything.
We were going to go at whoever was out there on the field. Like we saw the way that they lined up on defenses with certain motions. We tried to attack that this week, and then like you said, one-on-one balls down the field.
You described your preparation earlier. Did it change at all when you found out Cleveland traded for Tyson Campbell, who was your matchup for a good amount of game?
No, sir. Just continued to watch film on him. Thursday, Wednesday, and implemented that throughout the rest of the week.
And Troy Fautanu gave a lot of credit to Arthur Smith and his play calling. He said it's helping them play faster and just play aggressive. What do you like about how Arthur Smith has coordinated you guys and how helped this group find its path?
I think he's just calling core plays that we've repped since training camp, since OTA. So we got a lot of mileage on those plays. So we know what to do in our sleep when he calls those plays.
All right. Thanks, DK.
Thanks.